Serious penalty awaits lecturers and other sexual offenders in Nigeria as the acts to prohibit redress sexual harassment of students in tertiary educational institutions scales second reading on the floor of the Nigeria Senate. The bill was championed by the Deputy Senate President Ovie Omoagege, and it received majority support by lawmakers who condemned the sex for grade trend rampant in most Nigerian tertiary institutions. TV360's Tunji Oye now reports.
The sexual harassment bill debate, which started in the 8th Senate, is yet to be completed. But recent cases of sexual molestation of female students by lecturers, rape, and other sexual offenses across the country is reviving that piece of legislation in the 9th Senate. The lawmakers did not miss word in tagging tertiary institutions in the country as sex colonies and many lecturers as sexual predators who use their privileged position to intimidate, coerce, and frustrate female students into sexual relationships. With the tone and reaction of senators to this bill, sexual offenders should be ready for a serious penalty once it is passed. Up to 14 years jail term awaits anyone convicted under this law, with a minimum of 5 years without an option of fine.
This bill is for every family in this country. Mr. President, sexual harassment in our campuses is a repugnant challenge to our values as a people. For far too long, sexual predators masquerading as educators have plied the corridors of our nation's higher institutions unchecked. It will continue in the absence of appropriate leadership response. Mr. President, by this bill, this 9th Senate is sending a very strong message that we refuse to put our students at the mercy of any sexual predator in our tertiary institutions.
Mr. President, what happens to women is not something we sit on this floor to talk about. It doesn't just happen only in the tertiary institutions. It happens everywhere. House girls have not even come out to talk about what they see in the hands of their masters. How about the banks? How about corporate entities? It happens everywhere. It's not just in the universities. Mr. President, I can see where some people are making argument that some women lure men, they seduce men because of the way they dress. It doesn't really matter to anybody how someone decides to dress. It's not enough for the person to go through sexual harassment. Mr. President, the law should cover all manner of sexual harassment, whether it is in the tertiary institution or in the private sector or in the mosque or in the church. I think we have to address it holistically because women are suffering so much in the hands of the men.
We know that the occurrence and the names and the instances that he has cited, they are true and they are to support, this bill. But I think as a parliament, what should be our concern now is one, how to protect the victims. The legislation must have provision for protection of the victims. And then two, the legislation must provide serious sanctions or punishment for perpetrators.
Mr. President, one painful thing about the victims of sexual harassment is they go through life with a scar that can never be removed. And I don't see how the victim is going through life with that kind of scar and the predator is going away scot-free. Like the mover of the bill has said, suspending or expelling lecturers or the predators is not enough. We have to tighten up this bill and make sure that sanctions are such that we will be a deterrent rather than, if you suspend a lecturer today, he goes somewhere else to look for a job. You can even leave the country and go ahead and look for another job.
This is one bill that has a very universal acceptance, not only to the legislators, but every Nigerian parent, husband, brother, name it, would like to see an environment where our females are fully protected, fully hopeful that no harm will come their way, whether they are in educational institutions or anywhere else. The recent events in some of our institutions was a disgrace.
Not only sexual predators in tertiary institutions will be captured in this bill. Lawmakers want the bill to accommodate private sector, especially banks, where female workers are alleged to be subjected to different forceful sexual relationships. The bill, which enjoyed a smooth sail through the second reading, will now be referred to the Senate Committee for further legislative work. From Abuja, Tunji Oye, TV 360 News.